easier, just close your eyes and just connect to your breath. So these 7 weeks between Passover and Shavuot are 7 weeks of refinement, 7 weeks where we prepare our vessel to receive the Torah, the wisdom, God's light and illumination that He's going to be giving us on Friday morning. And we've been shining up all of our different aspects, different midot that are connected to the Sfirot, the different energies that Hashem has within Himself, placed into the world and placed into us. So we are created in the image of Hashem, Tselem Elokim, in the image of God. And we have the light of Hashem within us. We are the vessel that holds that light. So each week we've been counting a different midah, a different quality. The right arm was kindness. The left arm was being able to be boundaried and strong and say no and have impose some discipline. The right arm is kind of kindness and the left arm is discipline, but it's containment. And then we said the heart center is a place of compassion where the right and the left meet. And then we went down, that's Tiferet, the heart center, balance, compassion. And then we went down to the right leg, Netzach, the part of us that can be determined and ambitious and persistent. The left leg, connecting to the part of us that is acknowledging and surrendering to the greater God, to the other, to resting as opposed to pushing. Right leg tries to accomplish, rest leg allows what was accomplished to integrate. And then both of those fed into the pelvic area, the trunk, the core, the foundational area called Yesod, which is the place of connection and relationship and bonding with others, connected to the genital area. And then finally we have where we are today, all of these qualities fit into the vessel. So just sitting on those sitting bones, and as you breathe in, fill yourself with breath, and as you breathe out, just let yourself settle, feel the gravitational force as it allows you to connect to what's underneath you. Now, last week we worked on this beautiful breath where we opened the crown Sfirah, or the crown chakra as it's called in yoga. And as we breathed in, we opened this light, Keter, the crown. We opened this light and let the light kind of come all the way down into a very loose belly. As we inhaled, we brought that light all the way down into this belly and really into the whole pelvic bowl as well. Let's take it all the way down into that bowl. And then as you exhale, you contract the pelvic floor and push the air up. So just imagine that as you inhale, the breath is coming and the light's coming down. And it comes and rests inside this bowl. And then as you exhale, you're pressing the light right up through the heart, through the third eye, which is da'as, chokhmah, bina, da'as, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, and then up. So just imagine for these next few breaths that as you inhale, the breath is coming down, right into that pelvic bowl, connected to the loose belly. And then as you exhale, push it up. Breathe in, it comes down. Exhale, goes up. Breathe in, it comes down. Exhale, it goes up. Breathe in, it comes down. Exhale, contract that belly and push it up. Let's do 2 more breaths like this. Breathe in, let it come down. Exhale, push it up. Last time. Breathe in, feel that breath right there in that lower region, the feminine core, and then contract the pelvic floor and push it up. So just relax now and let your breathing be nice and easy. So while you're breathing easy, so if you practice this breath in a meditative state, you just keep breathing like this, you just keep breathing like this, bringing the light down and then pressing it up. It's actually a technique to activate the da'as Sfirot, or what they call the third eye, which, as I've been teaching, is connected to the pineal gland. So each of these energy centers is connected to different hormones. So these hormones right down in this pelvic bowl are connected to estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. That's kind of right down here. And then we have digestive enzymes over here, solar plexus, we have cortisol and adrenaline. And then coming up into the heart chakra, we have thymus gland for immunity, then the thyroid in the throat, and then the pineal gland up here, releasing melatonin and serotonin. So that's how we can try to control our happiness, our calm, our ability to sleep. So as you're breathing in, you're bringing all this light down. If you focus on each energy center, you can kind of activate those, the production of the good hormones in those areas. And then as you exhale and push everything up, you can focus on that da'as point and try and activate the serotonin and the melatonin. And for people who know how to do it well, that's where they open up their cosmic consciousness. So I'm working on it. Let me know if you guys can do it, and if you have success, I would love to hear your pineal gland activation stories. So continuing to sit nicely on this groundedness, let's lift up the arms, up as we ground down, and as we exhale, take the right hand down and just stretch over to the right side. Inhale up, drop to the left, and just stretch over to the left side, and come up, reach up, and come down. So I'm going to take this block from underneath me. So all this last 7 weeks, we've been working on balancing the right side, the active side with the left side, the feminine, receiving, resting, integrating, processing side. Let's go up to the right, up, stretch up, and over over, over. So we're stretching to the left side, but actually the right side of the body is what's opening up. Inhale up, 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 up. Exhale down, over. Stretch it out, stretch it out. Inhale up and exhale over. So just keep doing that with a reach up and an over, and I'm going to come and take a look and see how you're doing. So keep doing that. Breathe in, take it up, 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 reach up, 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 and over to the side, and just stretch it out in your own time. Breathing over, 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 and up, up, up. Awesome. Very nice. So, good. So just continue like that. Good. Beautiful. So, come once more over to the right, stretching up. Come over to the left, and we're reaching up. Now we're going to go forward. So, reaching up, 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 coming forward. Walk it out, walk it up. You're walking forward, forward, forward. Rock your head down. And just rock on that groundedness. So you're stretching your back forward. You just rock from side to side, rock side to side. Take a breath in, and we're going to creep over to the right side. So we're creeping over to the right. Stretch out your left arm more forward. Stretch it out so the whole of the back gets this gorgeous stretch. Stretch out the left hand. Rock your head down. By the way, if that's too hard for you, you can always use support so that you're stretching on something so it's not so low. Keep pillows around you to give you little support. Bring things up to so it's not so far to reach if you're still very stiff. And come back to center. Stretching over to the left side. We're draping over that left knee, stretching forward, forward, forward. Take your right hand, and you want your right hip to pull away from where your arm is going. So pull that right hip down. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. And come up, up, up. Lift the arms up, lift up. Feel that reach up. Can bring your palms together and open up your hands so you're making this little vessel to receive the light of Keter, the crown, Hashem's light. Lift up. And then we're going to bring the hands behind us, place the heels of the hands on the ground, and lift up your spine, roll your shoulders to the back, lift up and relax. Press down and lift up and relax and lift up and relax. So let's go back and forth. So we're going to go inhale up, exhale, down, walk it forward. Take 2 breaths. Walk it back, inhale up, exhale to the back, press your heels down, lift your chest up, roll your shoulders back. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Dragon breath to the ceiling. 1 more. Come up. Let's go forward once more. We're coming forward, forward, forward. Stretch out, out, out. Take 1 deep breath. And out. Back. Lift it up. Now we're going back. Ground your hands to the back. Press down, lift up that upper spine, roll the shoulder blades together. Dragon's breath, inhale, exhale to the ceiling. And let's loosen up those shoulders, loosen up the wrists. Let's interlock the fingers and press the hands forward. Lift up, over to the right, lift up, over to the left, lift up, over to the right, lift up, over to the left, and drop those hands down. Good. So Malchut, this last energy center, it connects to the first chakra. And in Kabbalah, it's the feet and the mouth, which is kind of interesting. And it's also this kind of ground, first chakra, the bottom of the sacrum, the anus, the whole bottom floor of being. So let's just stretch and flex those feet. Stretch and flex those feet. So today is Hod of Malchus. So while we're stretching the feet, Malchus, I think, means, well, I know Malchus means sovereignty, royalty, kingship. We're waiting for the leader who's going to embody this Mashiach. It's going to be a king, a melech. But in Judaism, the king is the ultimate symbol of humility. So I'm going to put my blanket back underneath my seat, because we're going to be coming forward into forward bends, and I like to have that little lift under my sacrum. So Hod Sheba Malchus would be embodying this royalty, this mastery, this divine spark of God that's within us, the Malchut within us, but embodying it in a way of tremendous humility, because God is the one that put into us a divine spark, created in us an aspect that imitates and reflects Him. So let's work on our forward folds. Forward folds are always a chance to articulate a feeling of humility. So we're lifting up, and we're just going to come forward, and just your knees are bent. Let your head just drop down. Pick the head up. And when we drop down the second time, we're going to take 2 deep breaths. Drop down. So drop down the head. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and rolling up. So let's just lift those knees, drop, lift, 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 drop. Lift, now alternate to just hitting the backs of your legs onto the mat, just hitting them down. Feels quite good. It's a massage for the whole leg. Do this pedal again, pedal. While we're doing the pedal, we're loosening up the ankles. And let's do that again. This forward fold, this nice movement of humility and surrender. So while you're in the surrendering, feel before we go down, let's lift up, lift up. As you inhale, take in with your breath this incredible light from above that really reflects, empowers, energizes, activates the light within. So we're reaching up, get royal, get masterful, get wonderfully actualized. And then fold down forward and just drop your head in this aspect of submission and humility. And just take a few breaths, just meditating on the fact that all of our gifts, all of our talents, all of our blessings, all of our greatness, all of our wondrousness, it's all from God, it's not from us. So we fold forward and up. So let's do that again. So Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu, is the great example of this. He led, he was powerful, he contended with Hashem in a way, argued on behalf of the Jewish people. He was big, lift up, but he was utterly humble, fold forward, fold forward, fold forward, drop down, drop down. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Just breathe a couple times, just being in an aspect of surrender. Surrender and acknowledgement. You can let your head just hang. Let your head go from side to side. Let it just hang, hang, hang. And coming up. Stretch those legs out. So, given that we're talking about surrender in this way and humility, it's a fun moment to do the Hineni pose. Hineni, I'm here, I'm completely available to you. So it's just a small progression from where we are right now. So we're just going to point and flex those feet, point and flex those feet. And as we're pointing and flexing the feet, let's do pressing the hands into the ground and rolling those shoulders. So point the feet away from you, roll the shoulders back and relax. Point and roll and relax. Now you're going to intensify it. You're going to lift up. So I'm going to lift up. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. And this is the here I am, Hineni pose. Drop it down. Sit up. Coming up. Exhale if you still need knees bent. Drop down. Drop the head. This is my pose of surrender. This is my pose of reaching up and being amazing, embodying my gifts, owning my power. Then I'm coming down and I'm opening my heart and I'm being completely available in a way. I'm laying myself out on the slab like Isaac. And drop and lift and up and forward and forward. Just being here like this. Let's do this one more time. So we're moving into lifting up. So this is seated stick here. Lifting up. And then coming down into reverse plank, which we can also call Hineni pose. Lifting up, roll the shoulders out, lift up, and come down. And we'll come forward for the last time. Come forward, come forward, come forward. And here we are, coming forward. And sitting up. And just sit for a few moments and just feel what it is that you're feeling. Just feel the opening that your body has gone through so far. Pulling your head along. Good. So let's just swing the arms side to side. Just swinging the arms side to side. I just want to say I don't usually give over so much Torah in my classes. My general yoga classes, we just do kind of more yoga. I mean, it's Sfirot movement all the time, but because it's this period right before Shavuot and it's connected to the Sfiras, I try to put extra amount. And this series is really going to end today. This is the final moving through the Sfirot series, so I'm kind of putting a little more in than I might usually. So when you go to the left, take your head all the way over to the left shoulder. When you come forward, take your head all the way over to the right shoulder and keep twisting yourself like a corkscrew. You go one way and up, go the other way and up, and just keep going. I'm going to come and see how you're doing. Just keep going, swinging in that way. Everybody looks really nice. You can take it slow, don't go so fast. Really feel the twist. Feel how your spine reaches up on each side, lifting up and twisting over. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nice and slow. Mix it with your breath. Nice, Teresa. Mix it with your breath, side to side. Nice and slow. Good. Good. And then the next time you're turning over to your right side, you're turning to the right, let your head just turn all the way to the left. Your head turn all the way to the left. And then swing around. The left, your right hand's on your left side, you're turning to the left and turn your head all the way to the left. And come forward and just rocking side to side. Let's put our feet into diamond pose and just rocking side to side, feeling that grounding again, feeling the pelvic core, feeling energy in this bowl, the feminine core, source of energy and strength and groundedness. Just rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it. And let's make circles into the ball. We're kind of circling around and back. Inhale, forward and back. Inhale and back. Inhale and back. And one more. Inhale and back. And let's go the other way. So we're going forward and back. Forward, back. Forward and back. And forward and back. Good. Take the right leg and fold it to the back. The left leg is going to come forward. Good. A little twist just to warm up. Little twist side to side. Nice, relaxed shoulders. Let your head go. Let your head go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now I'm going to put a blanket under my left knee because you're going to go up onto that blanket. So if you have a blanket nearby or a pillow or a cushion, and we're going to take this right arm, scoop, and lift it up. And drop down. And lift up. Exhale. Let's do it 2 more times. Lift up. Exhale. Last time. Lift up. and exhale. And then let's just lay over that left leg. Ah. Ooh. We're almost in a pigeon, so let's stretch the leg behind us. And here we are in a pigeon pose. Walk your hands back so you can lift up your spine. Engage grappa to support your lower back. And then just come forward, and lay over the thigh. And then we're coming up, and we're bringing that knee back to where it was, and then back to our rocking pose. Here we are, let's rock it out. Rock, 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 rock. So as you feel yourself rocking, you feel how you're rocking on your support, on your fulcrum, on your base. So that base also is your family connections, your tribe connections, your identity, your feeling of being solidly yourself. The root chakra, Malchus. Now let's take this left leg and bend it to the back. I'm putting my blanket under my right knee now. And just twist it around, twist, 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 twist. And now taking up the right arm, the left arm, and swinging it up. Reach back and exhale down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale down. Fold over that right thigh. Fold over. Drop the head down. Just be here, and then we're stretching this leg back so we can be in a pigeon pose. It's a hip opening pose, it's a surrender pose, a relaxing pose. And coming up into the pigeon. Lift up, engage grappa, glutes, rectum, anus, pubis, perineum, and abdominals to support you when you come up into the pigeon. And bring that leg back. And while we're rocking, I just want to read you something. Here's my list. Yeah. Okay, so while we're rocking, I just want to read you some affirmations. This is from Brooke Smuckland. She's a wonderful yoga teacher. This is for this root chakra, or this Malchus base sense of self and identity. So you can continue to rock, or you can just sit in this space. I believe in myself. I'm grounded. I'm firmly rooted in my own life. I have the ability to care for myself. I belong here. I have the means to fulfill my dreams. I let go of the past. I claim ownership and authority of my life, my space, my body. I take responsibility for my own actions. I do my best to be fully present at all times. The grounding, I am here. Every class when we start off with grounding, that's a Malchus. Be in your body, be in your space, be on the ground, be with what you're physically feeling right now. I do my best to be fully present at all times. I have a safe space to go to within myself. I accept the gift I am. I support myself. I love and care for my body. I value myself. I have value. I enjoy being with myself. I appreciate alone time. I deserve love. I nourish myself. Now, this is a beautiful list of affirmations, but they all start with I. This is a yoga thing, but we Torah yoga, and this is Sfirot movement, and all of this I-ness is because I have a soul that's a part of God. And in my I-ness, I'm humbled to be part of the His-ness. In other words, I have all this because I'm part of God above, and He gave me the soul. He put that divinity in me. So I'm embodying my I. I'm being fully present in my body, but at the same time, I'm being fully open to the otherness of the Creator, the divine, the plan, the greater light, the godliness. Okay, so let's come onto our knees. Actually, let's not come onto the knees. Let's come into a squat. We're feeling the squat just loosening up inside those inner thighs, and feeling the feet on the ground, feeling those feet opening inside this pelvic center here. And then let's stand and come back into the squat a few times. We're going to stand up, straighten those legs, and come down, exhale. We'll do this a few times. We're just going to stretch the legs up and then come down back into the squat. So stretch the legs up and back into the squat. Stretch the legs up and back into the squat. Stretch the legs up, back into the squat. And one more time, let's stretch the legs up, back into the squat. Hold the squat. Hold your hands, turn it into a balance. And we're going to come up now into a stand. So here we are, coming into a stand. So I'm just going to adjust this somewhat. Okay, too much. Okay. Okay, so Malchut is about standing on the feet as well, feeling one's grounding in the feet. So just rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward, rocking back. Let's take mountain pose. So standing on the ground, lift up, and come down. Standing on the ground, lift up, come down. Lift up, come down, lift up, come down. I want to do some goddess poses. So goddess pose is a very Malchus kind of pose. If we talk about different aspects of God, different properties of God, godliness, there's God above, powerful and impressive, and then there's God inside all of creation. And there's us receiving that aspect of Hashem that's in all of creation. We need to receive it. We need to become receptive to it. So goddess pose is a very feminine pose. We just stretch out. Fingers are toes are pointing to the corners of your mat. Arms are pointing up to the corners of the room. Lift up and then turn the palms forward, and we just kind of coming into this goddess pose. Let's turn the arms today and let goddess pose be this receiving. This receiving. We're going to receive the Torah. We receive Shabbos. We're going to receive Mashiach, the face of Mashiach. Kabbalistic name Mashiach. We receive the light of Mashiach. So receive and empower. Lift up and come down. Lift up and receive. Lift up and receive. Lift up and receive. Now, although Thursday night and Friday night and Saturday, let's just move. Nice stretch. Although that's the holiday of the receiving of the Torah, we're always receiving from above. We're always receiving communications from Hashem. But do we listen? Do we notice? Do we pay attention? Do we listen to our intuition? Do we listen to all the signs that appear? So let's lift up. Open that heart center. Open the heart center. Open up. Reach up. Let's straighten the right leg, bend the left. Straighten the left leg, bend the right. Left, right. Left, right. And now let's drop those hands down. And we're going to start bending over. So up and up. You're activating the legs. Keep going. Maybe you feel like stopping, try to go a little bit more. Couple more. One more. Lift up. I'm going to use my block now. Lift up. Come forward. Drop the block. If you have a block, drop right onto the ground. If you don't have a block, just hang between your legs. If you don't need that block, you can get rid of it or put it on its lower form and hang down. And just hang down in this wide leg forward fold. And then let's turn this into a wide leg downward dog. So you're walking your hands forward, push back. Away from your hands, push back, and then push forward, and then push back, and then let's go back to this forward, just wide leg forward fold. Bend those knees and come up. Good. Heel toe your feet together. Heel toe. So that was kind of nice. This feeling of receiving, feeling of activating the upper thighs, which are connected to activating the fire over here. So as we bend these thighs out and in. Let's do this also. We're just going to inhale, exhale. Keep going. And stop. And ground your feet down. Lift your chest up. Just stand in mountain pose. Just stand in mountain pose. See that your posture's good. Lift up your chest. Relax your knees. Let the pelvis be kind of relaxed. And just stand and feel in mountain pose. Just stand and feel in mountain pose. And before we come down to the floor, which will be a chance to practice another manifestation of Malchus, just letting go and just being on the ground, let's do some little balance pose. So pick up the right leg and step it forward. Pick up the left leg and step it back. Pick up the right leg and step it back. Pick up the left leg, step it forward. Pick up the right leg, step it back. Pick up the left leg and down. Right leg, forward. Left leg, back. Right leg, down. Left leg, forward. Right leg up. Right leg back. Left leg up. Left leg down. Right leg up. Forward. Left up. Back. Right up. Let's do that once more. Right leg up. Step it forward. Left leg up. Whoops. And step it back. Right leg up. Down. Left leg up. Forward. Right leg up. Back. Left leg up. Down. That was cute. Okay, last thing before we come down, let's do a simple tree pose. Take your right leg, put it next to your calf muscle if that's where you're comfortable. If you're not good in balance, or I won't say not good, if balance isn't so strong, you could put your toes on the floor and your heel lifted. If your balance is better, cup your calf muscle. If your balance is much better, pick up your foot and put it above your knee. Receptive pose. Bring your arms up. Take your knee back so it's really to the side. And we're just standing here in tree pose. A tree actually receives wind, sun, rain, snow, and it just stays there very grounded, receiving everything that is kind of bestowed upon it, and it's just receives it, doesn't run away, just is. It's just grounded, stable, solid, just there. And bring your hands down, and we'll go to the other side. So tree pose on the other side. We're lifting up that left leg, either just toes are on the ground and the heel is against the foot, or the foot cups the calf muscle, or you've got it and you bring your knee, your foot all the way above your knee. If you're good at, I shouldn't say good, if you've got the balance, just make sure your hip isn't going out to the side and it's pulled towards your left knee so that you've got a nice alignment. Lifting up, being like that tree, receiving all the blessings from above, being receptive, being humble, receiving the light, the rain. So obviously light is illumination, rain is kindness and blessing. Receiving all that God has to offer. And then coming down. So we're just going to come down into our pose of complete surrender and complete connection to the ground. So it's really a perfect Hod Sheba Malchus pose. It's the Shabbos pose, Shavasana pose. So we're just coming down, just laying down on the ground, and letting yourself relax on the ground. Just laying down on the ground, letting yourself relax. So you're on the ground. Just before we go into relaxation, let your knees go side to side. And stretch out one leg, stretch out another. Stretch out your arms above your head. Push your toes up and push your heels away. so that you can just stretch out one more time and then relax and let your arms come down to your sides. If your lower back feels a little tight and you want to bend your knees and let your knees lean against each other, that's easier on the lower back. If you would have a pillow or a blanket, you could put a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees so that you're laying on the knees, or you could just, you're laying on the blanket, or you could just have your knees leaning one to another. So while you're here, just let your shoulders relax. Let your elbows relax. Let your wrists relax. Let your head just feel like your head is sinking into the floor. Let your jaw relax. Let your upper chest relax and let your back spread against the floor. Let your belly relax. Let your pelvis relax. Let your thighs relax, your knees relax. Your heels relax. Your feet relax. And just once again, connect to your breath. Feel how you receive the breath. And as you breathe out, just let go of anything that you no longer want to be holding. Breathing in and out. Letting all parts of you just surrender to the floor. When we let ourselves relax, we put the parasympathetic nervous system into play. That allows our body to be replenished, restored, rebalanced. It's the rest and digest state. When we're rushing around, busy doing lots of things, we're in the sympathetic nervous system state. There's a lot of fight or flight in that. It's less nurturing to the body. So just being here for another few moments, just allowing yourself to enjoy this moment of release and surrender and bliss. Feeling at ease, jaw is relaxed, tongue is relaxed in your mouth. And then when you're ready, just roll over onto one side and roll over. Bring yourself into a seated pose. If you want to stay down in that Shavasana pose, feel completely free. I just want to read you something so you can listen, rolled over onto your side, on the side, or you can stay in Shavasana a little longer. Who you are is so much more than what you do. The essence shines through heart, soul, and center. The bare and bold truth of you does not lie in your to-do list. You are not just at the surface of your skin, not just the impulse to arrange the muscles of your face into a smile or a frown, not just boundless energy or bone-wearying fatigue. Delve deeper. You are divinity, the vast and open sky of spirit. It is the light of God, the ember at your core, the passion and the presence, the timeless, deathless essence of you that reaches out and touches me. Who you are transcends fear and turns suffering into liberation. Who you are is love. So this is from Donna Falls. So come up to a seat. Let's sit upright all together. And the interesting thing is that while we're all in different places, we're all together in that we're breathing together, practicing together, we're united by intention. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out, and in and out. One more breath. And let's lift our arms up and receive this incredible light, Sfirot of Malchus. We're filling ourselves up with light. Let's bring that down, place it on our hearts. Endorse yourself for coming and being here, coming to your space, coming to your own practice, to your mat. And let's hold in light, in this love, in this connection to the divine within, the Chelek Elokai Mimal Mamish, the peace of God above, for real. Let's send healing, Refuah Shalema, to all the people who need it. Let's send trust and confidence to all the people who are in fear. Let's open our heart to see the process of change and transformation that's going on, bringing us to a new state of consciousness and awareness that is in all of the world, apparent to every human being on the face of the planet. Blessings that all of you, if you celebrate Shavuot, should receive the Torah B'Panimius or the Simcha. You should receive the new Torah that's being given and offered on Friday morning. Try to get to a shul or a synagogue where they're reading it now. Many shuls are closed, so read the 10 Commandments in a Chumash if you don't have one. Let me know, I'll send you a copy by picture. And we all receive the Torah B'Panimius in an inward way, b'simcha, and a joyful way. Thank you for practicing with me. Next week, it's going to be a whole different thing. We had the 7 weeks of this refinement, 7 weeks of lockdown, 7 weeks of counting the Omer, 7 weeks of working through the Sfirot. I think things are going to be very different next week. I don't know in which way. I'll send out an email on Sunday just clarifying what's doing with